Does it pollute the mind if one desires certain kinds of food, not unsattvic food, nor to eat a lot and not a fancy dish, but if an idea for some meal comes to the mind and we yield to it by cooking it, do we encourage this vasana? Are we polluting the mind by yielding to that desire?
So long as we take ourselves to be a body, it seems to be necessary for us to eat food and to do various things. In the path of self-investigation, we are trying to hold on to what alone is real, namely I am, to what we actually are. To the extent to which we attend to ourselves, we are thereby separating ourselves from what we are not. So the actions the body is to go through, in order to experience prarabdha, it will be made to undergo those actions. That doesn't mean that all the actions of mind, speech, and body are actions we're made to do. As Bhagavan says in the first sentence of the note he wrote for his mother, avarabha prarabdha prakaram. That means in accordance with the prarabdha of each person, each one, he who is for that, meaning God or Guru, being Angangirandu means being there, being in each place. That implies being in the heart of each one, ātma-vicāra. It will make them act. So in order for our prarabdha to unfold, certain actions of mind, speech, and body are necessary on our part. Those actions will be made to do. So the actions like eating food and so on, those actions will be made to do. Such actions are not a problem. Where they become a problem is many of the actions that we are made to do in accordance to destiny, we also want to do those actions. So we are being driven not only by God's will, but also by our will. Being driven by our will is the problem. So ideally, our aim should be to attend to nothing other than ourselves. When we attend only to ourselves, we are thereby not allowing ourselves to be swayed by any Vishaya Vasana. Vishaya Vasana means the inclination to attend to anything other than ourselves. So if we are attending only to ourselves, we are not being swayed by our Vishaya Vasanas. But in practice, we are constantly being, well, that is, there's a, if we are following Bhagavan's path, there is a constant battle going on within us between our inclination to hold on to self-attentiveness and our residual inclinations to attend to other things. In other words, between our satvasana and our vishaya vasana. The more we cling to self-attentiveness, the more we are strengthening the satvasana and weakening the vishaya vasanas. The more we allow ourselves to be swayed by the vishaya vasanas, the more we are strengthening them. So we want to, by clinging to self-attentiveness, we want to avoid being swayed by our vishaya vasanas. So if it is our destiny to eat a certain tasty, to cook and eat a certain tasty food, our mind, speech, and body will be made to go through those actions of securing the ingredients, cooking them, and eating them. The actions themselves are not a problem. But if we do those actions with a great liking, oh, this is going to be very tasty food, I like this. If our mind is going out towards this, if we are allowing ourselves to be swayed by the liking to experience that, that is a problem. All Vishaya vasanas are pollution. That is the impurities in our mind and nothing but the Vishaya vasanas. But obviously, some Vishaya vasanas are more harmful than others. So, because we cannot, unless we have very, very great love to attend to ourselves alone, we will constantly be slipping down from self-attentiveness and being swayed by some vasana or other. we shouldn't be worried about this. Oh, I've been swayed by a vasana. What am I to do? Bhagavan says, however great a sinner one may be, if instead of lamenting, oh, I'm a sinner, how am I going to be saved? If one clings, if one is steadfast in self-attentiveness, one will surely be saved. So that's what he says in the 10th paragraph of Nana. So let us not worry about the times when we are swayed by our Vishaya vasanas. Let us try. We cannot, what is past is past. What is future is not in our hands now. What is in our hands is only at this present moment. So what we should try to do is to be self-attentive here and now and not think about the past or future. If we try to be self-attentive here and now, that inclination to be self-attentive here and now will translate to every moment in the future. So we cannot decide, oh, in 5 minutes, I'm going to be self-attentive. In 5 minutes, my meditation begins because I meditate every evening at 6 o'clock. So from 6 o'clock to 6:30, I have to be self-attentive. When you sit down at 6 o'clock, close your eyes, your attention is not going to go to yourself. It's only at the present moment that our attention can go to ourselves. If we put it off to waiting for the time of meditation or something, it doesn't work. It works only, it's only the present moment that we can be self-attentive. Let us try to be self-attentive in this present moment, and then the next present moment, we try to be self-attentive, and then the next present moment. So let's not think about the past or future. Let's not think about how many times we have failed to be self-attentive. Let us try to be self-attentive now. So the more we try to turn our attention back to ourselves and to hold on to that self-attentiveness, the more we are thereby cleansing our mind. Yes, of course, we keep on failing, we keep on slipping down, but we don't have to worry about both. We just try to be self-attentive more and more and more. This is the way out of this problem. Ultimately, what is immature? What is impure? It is the mind and ego are impure. Well, ego is impure because because of the strength of its Vishaya vasanas. If we follow this path of self-investigation, we are cutting ego itself. The ego is the very root of all these problems. So let us not be too concerned about our failure. Inevitably, we fail. But one reason why we shouldn't be dejected by our failure, if you fail, that implies that you've tried. If you've never tried, you've never failed. So it's better to try and to fail, but not to try at all. So let us just try from moment to moment to be self-attentive. That's all Bhagavan has asked us to do.